Nice. So I don't get to save in between, like in the last one. Sentinel.
Aye, Captain, I'm looking forward to taking leave on Nova Atar. The museum there is supposed to be quite excellent. Lots of antique and one-of-a-kind machinery.
Commander, are you certain it's not the Kazakhstanian cognac you're looking forward to?
Do they make that there, laddie? I don't know.
Why, Mr. Scott, I'm surprised at you, not knowing the location of a famous distillery.
We invented that brandy, you know.
Right.
Of course you did.
No, really. We did.
No one would ever doubt you, Ensign, however...
Sorry to interrupt, Captain, but we have an emergency call from the science vessel Demeter. She's in orbit around Balkos 3.
On screen.
Captain Kirk, good to see you're in the area.
You have an emergency, Commander Gelman?
Well, I'm not sure, actually. Maybe more of a case of better safe than sorry. We're orbiting Balkos 3 to study the Balkosi, a race of people just entering their own Stone Age. We've only been here 2 days. Already, we've found some unusual data. But just a few minutes ago, during the deep geologic probing phase, we were suddenly scanned.
Scanned? I thought the Balkosi were just developing.
They are, Captain. And there haven't been any indications of old civilizations until now. The scan was also of extreme power. Following that, we detected a power source coming online. We'll send the coordinates along with all the other information we've gathered. I was a little concerned that we triggered an old defense mechanism. With the amount of information it pulled in its scan, we'd be an easy target. I've moved the Demeter to a higher orbit on the far side of the planet.
Quite reasonable, Commander. We're on our way.
Thank you, Captain.
Kirk out.
Ensign Chekhov, take us to Balkros 3. Definitely much better FMVs than before.
Approaching Balkos 3, Captain.
Orbit?
Entering standard orbit.
At least we didn't get attacked this time. It's kind of nice.
I have the coordinates for the power source that Demeter detected.
No communications from the planet, sir. Commander Gelman wishes us good luck.
Save new game. Replace previous game.
Target analysis on.
Why would Sulu say that if it's Spock?
I have the coordinates for the power source.
Alright, let's beam down.
Spock, come with me. Scotty, you have the con. Lieutenant, ask Dr. McCoy to meet us in the transporter room.
Yes, Captain?
Is it only going to be the 3 of us? The entire game? I liked it when we had, like, a 4th crew member with us. McCoy didn't always get shot. Oh, hello.
What the devil was that? An attack?
While I cannot guarantee a lack of physical change, Doctor, we seem to be unharmed. I therefore conclude we have been scanned.
Captain, are you all right? Sensors detected a burst of power followed by some sort of powerful transmission.
According to Spock, we're in perfect health, Scotty.
According to Spock?
Never mind, Mr. Scott. Can you track the transmission to its destination?
I'll give it a try, Captain, but it's like nothing I've ever seen before.
It never is, Mr. Scott. It never is. Kirk out.
I guess you were right, Spock. Here I thought we were dead for a second.
Doctor, that would have made conversation quite difficult.
I was making a joke, Spock.
Were you, Doctor?
Gentlemen, I believe we have some business at hand.
Nothing unusual about that object.
Looks a bit unusual to me.
This star is made from native minerals and shows a propensity to emit low-level light. It shows a high degree of machining, Captain. I cannot get an accurate reading, Captain, due to a force field. However, it appears to be a transmitter.
Circuitry controlling the door.
Gas plasma displays, Captain. Readings show that they have been activated recently.
Spock, go play with that.
Quite simple, considering the appearance of the other machinery here. All that was needed was a power interrupt. The doors will only stay closed while power is on. Interesting.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kirk, where are you going?
The energy field is blocking any tricorder readings of the machinery inside.
The soft glow of an energy field surrounds what looks to be a large computer console and display.
I really should learn how you do these doors, Spock, but since you're here...
It took considerable power to form this room. This seems pointless. Standard Starfleet science tricorder.
Captain, with the energy shield up, I will not be able to get valid tricorder readings. However, the device appears to be a power generator. This device transforms its internal energy into useful quantities for other portable devices.
Okay, so it's a
The
charger?
transfer takes place at the small outlet junction located
battery
near
charger.
the center of the unit.
So what is that in English, you pointed-eared confusion factory?
In English, it remains exactly as I said. However, for those unskilled in the language, this is a battery charger.
Battery charger.
Why can't you just come up with a simple explanation first?
It's not always necessary, Doctor. You are not always around.
What is it with you two? You're like children. I'm getting tired of it. Why am I snapping at you?
Why are you snapping?
I don't understand any of this, Jim.
Okay, so we came in the back, so let's go out this way. So that's a battery charging station. It's not protected by a force field. Oh, lots of pickable objects.
We got hit with a power surge. It's interfering with sensors and we might have some trouble locking onto you.
Well, if we intend on taking our shore leave with the rest of the crew, we'd better find out what's causing that power surge.
Oh, my apologies. I have to run to the restroom really quick. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Alright, back at it. None of this stuff is protected by force fields.
This unit is manufacturing miniature broadcast circuitry. This unit is manufacturing electrochemical energy storage devices in an inert state.
In English, Spock?
That was English, Captain.
I think he means uncharged batteries, Jim.
Okay, there's our batteries.
A high-pressure device for joining two objects.
This machine seems to be controlling the manufacturing units.
Okay. Well, let's pick up some batteries.
The bin contains small plastic discs, Captain. The plastic is essentially inert in this form. However, if placed under pressure, it will become a superconductor capable of storing significant energy compared to its size. It will break down over time. That is why it is commonly stored in this state.
Probably should hang on to a few, don't you think?
A logical choice. Captain, these items appear to be configured to produce a small energy field of some sort. They do not appear to be powered at this time.
We have the batteries.
Why don't you see what you can do with them, Spock?
That would seem to be a logical thing to do. I will take enough for all of us.
Okay, and then
Spock, is that a switch?
Yes, a fairly simple switching device, Captain.
So it looks like a lot of these.
Spock, any idea what this box is?
The cube contains control circuitry. I suggest we keep it.
Spock, what do you make of these?
Look like wires.
This appears to be a set of interface cables.
Spock, what kind of interface is this?
A bridge unit for use between function control and display circuitry, Captain. It could be helpful to have.
Is that something? Oh, yeah.
Spock, what do you make of the screen?
This is a computer
Looks like
display
a tube
module,
display
Captain.
tube screen from a desktop. All right, what's this thing?
Another unknown alien machine.
Did I look at this one? I think I did.
A high-pressure device for joining two objects.
All right, so for joining two objects.
A small gray badge.
Badge. Oh. I wonder.
A small gray badge. A small disc of plastic.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
This is a very specialized pressure device, Captain. These badges go into this hopper and will be combined under pressure with an item placed in the other hopper.
Well, I think it looks like a button maker. Can it make me a badge that says if man was meant to transport, his atoms would already be scattered?
Possibly, Doctor. But after pressure application, it would be unlikely you would be capable of reading much.
You're not a lot of fun, Spock.
I did not realize that was part of my job requirement, Doctor. Is it part of yours?
At times like this, yes.
Dude, these two are really going at it.
The badges have been placed into the hopper, Captain.
And I think this is the batteries, right?
The batteries have been placed into the device. Since we know this is a high-pressure device, it would be logical to either use it or leave it alone.
Then use it.
Whew. What is that smell?
There is a chemical change due to the pressure. That is simply a small amount of outgassing by the plastic, Doctor. Captain, the badges and batteries are now joined.
Yay! Which door do we come in?
After a thorough examination, Spock, I've determined You can handle this.
God. Alright, we gotta get back to the battery charger. I don't remember where that is. Oh, we're back in the main room. I believe the battery charger was over here.
I really should learn how you do these doors, Spock, but since you're here...
Yeah, I know. Alright, so there's the battery charger.
The badges change color.
I believe the units are now fully operational.
Hopefully these badges will help us with some of these force fields. We should each keep one of them with us while we're here.
Well, it didn't turn that force field off. Ah, but this force field is down.
This is a computer control panel, Captain. It appears to have some control over other parts of the compound. Captain, this appears to be a distributive optic node.
If you say so, Mr. Spock.
A large view screen, Captain. No power is being fed to it at this time.
Okay, so... Can you operate it, Spock? Where are you going, dude?
This console is non-operational, Captain. However, I do believe the repair would be a simple matter given the right materials. There are essentially no controls or displays available at this time.
Controls or displays. So, display, right?
The computer is now functional. Fascinating. There's only a limited amount of control available on this console. I believe there are other functions it controls, but these functions cannot be accessed.
I'm not sure I understand, Spock.
Nor I, Captain. What purpose would be served by limiting access?
What purpose indeed? Bones, any ideas?
Why are you asking me? Is this some kind of pop quiz?
Two other things, Captain. There is a reference in the limited readout which leads me to believe there are other complexes on the planet somehow connected with this one. Location and function are not specified or available.
That's only one, Spock.
True, Captain. I was just waiting to see if you had any comments.
Not that I'd like to share at this moment, Mr. Spock, please.
There is one other repair that is possible. One device can be controlled from this console if its command circuit is replaced. I will not be able to determine what device that is until the replacement circuit is installed.
Circuit? Circuit, you say? Well, this looks like a circuit.
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. Is that a circuit? Ah, maybe. It's a box.
I can shut down the force field protecting the generator. Do you wish me to do so?
No, let's look around a bit more. Yes, we'll finally be able to take a better... No, let's look around.
Oh, I can actually walk through doors now. I don't know which... I think I've only been through 3 of these doors. I can't remember. Oh, this is new.
Fascinating. This device siphons material from the other unit by way of the pipe overhead. It possesses the ability to move a substantial amount of material. Most interesting is that the material can be jettisoned up out of these caves into the ecosystem of the planet. It may be that the material in the vat is dangerous, and the builders wished to protect this complex from contamination.
But they didn't care about the planet, did they?
Apparently not the primary concern.
Tell that to the Balcosi.
According to the studies from the Demeter, The Balcosi would not recognize speech.
I believe Bones was speaking figuratively, Spock.
There is presently no means by which to shut off this release. The unit is set to discharge, and the control switch has been removed.
Removed? Could it be the builders were not afraid the complex would be contaminated, but were instead afraid the ecosystem would be in trouble if the contents of the vat were not discharged?
Interesting hypothesis, Captain. Difficult to do more than speculate at this time.
I wonder what Bones has to say about this. Sounds more like a Bones thing.
A high-protein bacteria mixed with some sort of pheromone-style compound. I don't know what effects the pheromone would have on our physiology. I would need to take a sample back to the lab on the Enterprise to conduct a study. Those tubes contain some nasty carcinogens, Jim. I wouldn't want to break any of them. I'm just a simple country doctor, not...
Captain, this is the life support control unit. Captain, this is the life support control unit.
A medical examination station. It appears to be sized for Balcosi. Although the equipment is alien, nothing appears out of... In the back of the room sits medical diagnostic equipment. It appears idle.
Now this is more like it, a medical examination table. I'd know one of these even if it is made for an alien.
Okay.
I need to get this recalibrated. Jim, I'm picking up traces of cells from a Balcosian. There are also traces of some designer cells. It looks like someone is playing a dangerous game with the Balcosi. Now this is more like it, a medical... Now this is more like...
Oh, hello.
Internal structure hidden by force field effects. The uncovered areas consist of a pair of unknown vents and a solid inclined drop chute.
Oh, hello.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
It's a person, Spock.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
Crap.
Nothing unusual about that object, Captain.
The Balcosian system shows heightened stress and metabolic activities. I'm just a simple country doctor, not a...
Okay. Oh.
The Balcosian system shows heightened stress and metabolic activities. Maybe I can get a good value on a trade-in on this thing. It's reading something, but I don't know what.
Internal structure hidden by force field.
See if Spock can do something next time. Hey, dude.
Captain, I will attempt to restrain the Balcosian when he stops to eat.
Good job, Spock.
The nerve bundle seemed quite thick. My assumption is that the Balcosian is unharmed, but will remain unconscious for a considerable time.
You heartless monster, leave him alone.
My tricorder detects nothing unusual. I suggest using Dr. McCoy's tricorder instead. All internal systems.
No prime directive here.
Even though unconscious, the Balcosian system is still operating at a much higher than normal rate. Jim, I'd like to take him to the medical examination room next door. I want to know what that gas is doing to him.
Not a bad idea, Bones.
My God, look at these readings. Everything's elevated. Small wonder that the Balcosi are in turmoil. Every aggression-related hormone in this guy's body is working overtime.
What's causing it, Bones?
That little hiss of air was loaded with pheromones, Jim. The creature inhaled them and immediately went into overload.
This must happen at random intervals when they collect the food.
I hate to sound like Spock, but there's more, and it's pretty fascinating. Also horrifying.
Yeah.
The pheromone is perfectly tuned to the Balcosian physiology. It's like somebody genetically engineered both.
Didn't the Demeter report say there weren't enough records showing the Balcosian presence on the planet? Could they have been put here on purpose?
It is possible we have stumbled in on an experiment, Captain.
With the subjects being treated like rats, it's criminal, Jim. These can be thinking beings.
I'm not certain it is the Balcosi that are the subjects, Bone. I think it is us.
Interesting hypothesis, Captain.
Us.
What is your supporting data?
It's the way all of this is set up, Spock. I can't put my finger on it, but it just feels so set up. We keep finding out just enough to make choices.
To make choices.
The real question is who? Who's doing this to us?
And to what purpose, Captain?
God, you really shattered up that one.
Why indeed, Spock? Why indeed?
Okay, so are we done with our homie here?
This is a food-producing unit, Captain. There's a fast-growing bacteria inside. The bacteria is continually being harvested, and units of food are being produced and carried elsewhere by that large pipe. The small pipe next to it carries the byproducts.
That seems simple enough.
There's much more, Captain.
Well, I'm surprised.
Any breaks in any of the pipes will send a release signal to the discharge unit, as will interruption of power to the food-producing unit. Any tampering will send the bacteria into the atmosphere.
So we don't want that.
Captain, the controls are locked out. There is no way to change their settings.
Okay. There's a one room with the big computer.
I can shut down the force field protecting the generator. Do you wish me to do so?
No, let's look around a bit. Yes, we'll...
Let's do it!
Captain, my attempt to turn off the force field has triggered some sort of computer activity. It is awaiting confirmation to bring a display up on the screen. Shall I confirm?
I don't know if that's a good idea. Let's wait. By all means, Spock. Curiosity may kill cats, but I'm hoping humans will fare a little better.
That's comforting, Jim.
What? 3, 1, 2. no circles. Wait. Okay, so there's one triangle, right? One circle. 2, 1, 1, 2, 3. I don't know.
It appears we have chosen correctly, Captain. The controls indicate that the force field has been dropped.
Okay, so we gotta scan this bad boy.
The energy generated from inside this unit is definitely causing the problems in communicating with the Enterprise. It will undoubtedly block any attempt at transporter lock-on also. Captain, there's a small display active. It appears that this device is a memory unit, an archive. Most amazing. The information is in volatile memory. If power were lost to this device, all information contained within would be lost. An odd way to create an archive.
What is in the archive?
The displays indicate it contains a vast amount of data on three-dimensional projection. Circuitry diagrams, equipment construction techniques. Essentially, everything needed to project lifelike images in great detail inside of a structure. Starfleet does not have this level of technology. This would be a major find for the Federation.
Then I'd think that gathering that data would be a very good thing to do, Mr. Spock.
Very well, Captain. Captain, the display indicates that the best view of the projection will be from the south side of the room.
Well, gentlemen?
Anyone got popcorn?
Bones.
Ah, bones. Man, this is technology that the Federation could never ever have. It's so advanced.
Impressive, Spock.
Captain, I'm not responsible for that occurrence. However, I did discover that accessing the memory will not only trigger the shutdown of this unit, it will also send a signal to another device, most likely one somewhere in this complex. Damaging the unit will also initiate shutdown and signal transmission.
There's no way around it?
None, Captain.
What is this, some kind of idiotic test? Don't fool with that, Spock. You'll poison this planet and make these inhabitants permanently aggressive.
Doctor, you do not know for certain that whoever placed the Balcosi here did not intend for that to happen.
Yeah,
the aggressiveness may be what they need to develop further. And the information in the archive is a reward for sending the Balcosi into the next stage of their development.
You just want to get your Vulcan fingers on that precious scientific information. More
That
like
does not sound very
30 pieces of
Starfleet
silver
or
for condemning
Spock.
the Balcosi to the lives of violence. Jim, you can't let this unfeeling monster do this to the Balcosi.
Do you wish me to continue attempting to access the archive, Captain?
Yes, Spock. That information could be critical to the Federation. Let's hold off until we get a little more information. Yes, Spock. Let's hold off until we get a little more information.
Alright, already been here. I feel like we're done in this room too. I feel like we haven't done anything like
Save new game. Replace previous game. A discharge unit set to eject material siphoned through sealing pipes into the planet's ecosystem.
Homie's gone. And we've pretty much done everything, I think. But I thought...
An unknown alien machine protected by a force field.
But it's not.
You see what appears to be a safety valve.
I would just be wasting our time, Spock. This is more along your lines. No, I don't think that's necessary.
A discharge unit set to eject material siphoned.
Alright, so we're not trying to eject the stuff into the planet, but...
Computer, are you on? Maybe I'm not the man for this particular job. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Captain, the remaining force field is already down.
Okay. Right, we haven't been in here. I forgot to come back in here and do some scans.
It appears to be a detection device. Judging by the complexity of its circuitry, I would gather that it is quite sensitive. It is a powerful transmitter, unlike anything in Starfleet records. It is a scanner with both long-range and detailed capabilities. I am fairly certain it is a transmitter of some type, Captain.
Okay.
While the construction and circuitry are totally unfamiliar to me, I do notice a lack of signal focusing or the ability to go omnidirectional or any other similar change. However, the system is slaved to track to a general sector of the galaxy. Information is passed following a random signal pattern with the lead pulse carrying the coding keys.
English, Spock, please.
That was English, Captain. To rephrase, the signal is permanently directed to one area of the galaxy. An area I believe the Federation has yet to explore.
Delta Quadrant. It's the
signal
Borg.
beam is not tight enough to fix an exact planet or even a specific system. These settings cannot be changed.
Then this is a sort of monitoring system only?
Quite possibly. Furthermore, the signal frequency is 0.00052 angstroms, and the transmissions are coded. Captain, unless someone was looking for this signal in particular, chances are it would be dismissed as background radiation, cosmic rays.
You learned all that by just playing with the console on a machine you've never seen before?
I am the science officer, Doctor, and a Vulcan. A sensor device, quite sensitive. This system detected the geological scan from the Demeter. Chances are good that it had already detected the Demeter's presence.
Then why not scan the Demeter immediately?
That would have certainly alerted the ship to the presence of this equipment. Whatever or whoever controls this waited until its detection had already occurred. As I assumed earlier, this is a scanning device. The architecture is quite interesting and quite elegant. Captain, whoever constructed this is probably more technologically advanced than we are.
And taller. Look at how high the console is.
Good observation, Bones.
Thank you, Jim.
But not necessarily correct. It is logical to assume they do work at a higher level, however.
Are you trying to say their hands come out of their heads, Spock?
I am not assuming they have hands, Doctor.
Okay. So they're tall. Got it.
Computer, are you on?
Captain, the remaining force field is all...
Alright, I think we're kind of...
Save new, replace, delete previous, cancel, save new, replace previous.
Alright, let's see. Wait, we have this extra stuff. What are we supposed to do with this?
This item will not affect the repair this unit needs.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Oh.
This generator may be providing power for more than just this complex. It is broadcasting power, which is causing the interference in communications with the Enterprise. I cannot tell for certain if there are receiving units for this power, because some of the readout circuits are damaged. Fascinating.
What is fascinating this time, Spock? I doubt it's fascinating to either Bones or myself, but I'm sure that won't stop you from telling us. What is fascinating this time, Spock?
You tell him, Jim. I'm getting sick of this alien smarter than thou attitude.
If either of you had an ounce of logic, you would be more prepared to listen to my information.
They must have gotten
and
sprayed with the
even understand
aggressive
it.
stuff.
Bordering on insubordination, aren't we, Mr. Spock?
I always knew that no emotion garbage was just a cover. He thinks he should be in charge.
Mr. Spock, I'll have those findings from you right now.
Captain, it appears the circuit was deliberately damaged. This would only be possible if the force field were down. Who would damage their own machinery? And for what purpose?
More and more curious, Mr. Spock.
Also, Captain, I am able to determine that if power is interrupted rather than shut down from this console, it will send a signal to that effect. The signal will trigger some other event. I do not know what the event will be. The readout is now fully functional. There are other locations on this planet receiving power from this generator. Most peculiar. The locations of these units are not in the database.
And you think they should be?
It would be logical, Captain. But removing the circuit that controls the on and off functions of this device would also be illogical.
Are you trying to tell me that's what happened here?
Exactly, Captain. Until that repair is made, it would be impossible to execute a proper shutdown procedure.
So, on-off switch.
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. What if I'm supposed to combine this with this?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Okay. Wires? Okay.
The repair is complete, Captain. It would now be possible to safely shut this machine down. However, doing so would certainly affect all the other equipment in this complex.
Now do we?
No, I don't think that's necessary. No, I don't think that's necessary.
Well, what's the switch for?
Captain, do you wish me to start the shutdown sequence on the generator?
Let's hold off on that for now, Spock. Shut it down, Spock. Let's shut it down.
What the devil is that?
Captain, that energy shield is down. We now have you on sensors. And there's a lot of other life forms approaching you.
You started this, Jim. What are you going to do now? Shoot them all?
We can start by getting away from that door. Scotty, get us out of here.
I don't know what I did. Ooh, that's a loud, annoying noise.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Jim, I've gone over the report. Not only didn't you get information valuable to the Federation, but you also doomed the Balcosi to violent behavior and cut their food supply to boot. Maybe you and your crew have been together a bit too long.
What?
I expect better things from you, Captain. You are hereby ordered to return to Star...
Load a previously saved game.
Okay.
This generator may be providing...
What is fascinating this time, Spock?
You tell him,
If either
Ordering.
I always knew that no emotion.
Mr. Spock.
Captain,
More.
also the readout,
And you think they should?
it would.
Are you trying?
Exactly. The repair is complete, Captain. It would now be possible to safely shut this machine down. However, doing so would certainly affect all the other equipment in this complex.
Okay, so there's got to be something with that switch. That's the only thing I have left. There's got to be something in here too. I feel like I'm missing something in here. Let's see.
Assuming the appropriate signal is received, this unit can be shut down safely. The shutdown signal does not originate here.
Okay, so...
Spock, can you do anything with those controls?
Captain, the controls are locked out. There is no way to change their setting.
Okay, so we used that on this.
A discharge unit set to eject material siphoned through sealing pipes into the planet's ecosystem.
I would just be wasting our time, Spock. This is more along your...
Okay, let's try it again now that we've added the switch. Is there anything on the center control that we can do?
Captain, the remaining force field is
Okay.
already...
I wonder.
Captain, I do not have the equipment necessary to...
Okay. I guess we try to shut it down again.
Captain, do you wish me to start the...
Let's hold off. Shut it down, Spock.
Well, that ends that threat.
Oh, okay.
Balcosi can rest peacefully tonight and from now on.
It is still a trying time in their development, Doctor.
Think of it as an adventure, Spock. Scotty, 3 to beam up.
That noise. Oh. Dude, that
Captain,
sound.
the power source has completed its shutdown cycle. There is no trace of the bacteria or pheromone in the atmosphere. It would appear the Balcosi are free to choose their own future.
Good to hear, Spock. I know losing a find like that archive has to hurt.
That would be an emotional response.
Of course it would. How silly of me.
Captain, there are 2 signals being broadcast from the planet. The first is another burst following the same path as the original broadcast. The other signal emanates from nearby the first. It's aimed at us, Captain.
Oh.
Message from Starfleet, Captain.
On screen, Lieutenant.
Interesting report, Jim. I think you were right to release the Balcosi from outside influence. Too bad you couldn't retrieve the archive. No one at Starfleet has any idea who was behind all this, or what the testing message was all about. Keep us informed as you find out more. I've got confidence in you, Jim.
I've reviewed your report from your recent assignment, Captain, and have a few comments. I am very pleased with your performance. It was a perfect mission, Jim. Your reputation as Starfleet's best starship captain is secure. Kane out.
Okay. And we're off.